Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at a newly discovered dinosaur, Haolong dongi, a strange hadrosaur from the early Cretaceous of Yixian Formation of China. As a basal hadrosaur, Haolong represents an early and more primitive relative of later duck-billed giants like Edmontosaurus. It lived about 125 million years ago in what is now northeastern China. Before we go any further, I want to mention that I've been exploring more fun ways to present information. For this video, I'm trying a sketch stream style, featuring recordings of my own drawing sessions. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this approach. Now back to Haolong. The fossil itself is beautifully preserved, flattened and exposed from the left side, and the animal was only about 8 feet long, perhaps an immature individual. But what makes this specimen extraordinary is not the bones. It's what's growing out of its skin, preserved in remarkable detail. Haolong is covered in armored scales, pebble skin, and toothpick-like spikes. The left flank of the tail shows 9 rows of large, overlapping scutes, arranged like shingles on the roof. Around the neck, and likely across much of the body, are smaller, pebbly scales, comparable to those seen on the forelimbs of Edmontosaurus. But the real surprise is what grew in between those scales. Numerous keratin spikes, neither feathers nor typical reptilian spines, but something else, something unique. These spikes fall into 3 size categories. The smallest are just 2 to 3 millimeters long, forming the vast majority. They sprout between the pebbly scales and grow in parallel, angled towards the rear of the animal. Medium spikes, about 5 to 7 millimeters long, are scattered among them. Then there's the big spikes, up to 44 millimeters long and nearly 8 millimeters wide at the base, built from tough keratin with a hollow core. They grew outward, like oversized hedgehog quills, thick, rigid, and about the width of a pencil. Structurally, these spikes differ from known dinosaur protofeathers and from the spiny scales of modern reptiles, suggesting a distinct evolutionary origin. Although the exact body coverage is uncertain, Haolong may have resembled an echidna in overall texture, with fields of small, fuzzy spikes across the neck and torso, punctuated by larger spikes jutting out dramatically. These structures were probably too sparse for insulation. Instead, scientists suggest they functioned as predator deterrents. The Yixian ecosystem was dominated by small predators, and these spikes may have helped protect Haolong from harassment by animals like Sinosauropteryx or Ornithiscian. Even large predators like Tyrannus might have found it an unpleasant, throat-stabbing meal, not worth the effort. For decades, the skin of Ornithiscian dinosaurs were reconstructed as uniformly scaly and reptile-like. But more recent discoveries have revealed an incredible diversity of body coverings. Tianyulong sported long, stiff filaments, forming a mane along its back and tail, likely for display. Early ceratopsians such as Psittacosaurus had rows of hollow tail bristles, forming dramatic display fans, while larger relatives like Triceratops are known for tough, tightly packed scales, sometimes arranged in rosette patterns. Even more unusual, Kulindadromeus preserved a mix of scales and filamentous coverings on different body regions for protection and insulation. While the controversial Brazilian fossil Ubirajara bore long, stiff ribbon-like filaments that projected outward, forming striking lateral streamers, unlike typical feathers. These fossils highlight how widespread filamentous and display structures were among Ornithiscian dinosaurs as a whole. Haolong adds a new layer to this story, with its hollow keratin spikes, so unusual that even the idea of a spiky Triceratops no longer seems so far-fetched. Together, these fossils show that Ornithiscians may have had some of the most diverse skin coverings of any dinosaur group. Scales, filaments, quills, and now spikes. Far from plain scaly animals, they were visually complex, and far more fascinating than we ever imagined. And that's all for today's video. Once again, let me know what you think about this new presentation style. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in future videos.